That looks weird.
Welcome to JacYak, where the yakking is done by Jacqueline.
Welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you could make it. Today I have my sister Teresa joining us. She is an international school teacher and she is back for the summer visiting, and she has agreed to come join us and talk about a couple topics that we have come up with. So here she is.
What age do you always see yourself? Because I always see myself as 12. And so
That's the age I see myself.
Is that the age you see
like
too?
13, 12, 13, yeah.
Some people are younger. They always see themselves as younger, but I've always had 12 in my head. Like any memory that I am like, well, when I was 12, I don't think I was 12, but
when I was a kid, it's always 12.
It's always 12.
It's always 12.
Yeah.
When I strangled the neighbor girl, I was 12.
But I think you were younger. I do. Think
I know,
you were
but
younger.
I was 12.
I know, but in your mind, you're like 12. At 16, you know you were 16. Well, I was driving at that point.
I was driving,
so I couldn't have been 12.
I had a kid, so I must have been 17.
Must have been 17. Even though at first you do kind of think I was 12, and then you're like, wait a second.
Oh, I had a kid.
I had
a kid. I couldn't have been 12. I must have been 17.
Yeah. This is a question that was brought up ages ago with some friends of mine. Anyway, someone had just said that, oh, this person called me up and apologized to me about how they treated me in high school. And it made them mad. They're like, I had moved on and I didn't need them bringing it up to me. Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
and
I
then,
had something similar to this happen.
Okay.
Kind of, but I was the mean person. Let's say his name is John, okay?
Mm-hmm. And her name
her name is Jessica.
Okay.
Okay, so John has a crush on Jessica, and Jessica does not have a crush on John.
Okay. But you do.
But I had a crush on John.
Okay.
So Jessica was my best friend at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And so we decided to prank call John.
Does Jessica know you have a crush on John?
No.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And so I pretended to be Jessica and call John and tell him I was Jessica and that I have a crush on him. And then we laughed at him and said, no, it's not, and hung up or whatever. And I really had a crush on him, so I was like,
I feel bad.
I
do like him.
I felt bad, but I was like, I felt bad because I really liked him, and I wanted him to like me and not Jessica. I want to say that was in like 9th grade, 8th or 9th grade.
I was a kid, it's always 12.
Then like 3 years ago,
Just 3 years ago?
Yeah, I ran into him. And he's like, he told everybody that we were with, like at this public place.
Yeah.
And
retelling the story.
There was like a bunch of us, and he told the whole story, and he was like, wasn't that funny? You told this, and he like told it like it was a joke, and I was like, that was so mean.
Yeah.
Like I had forgotten that I did that.
Yeah.
And he acted like it was funny and that he thought it was funny, you know? But I was like, that's mean.
His feelings are hurt.
And I know that he had his feelings hurt. Otherwise, why would he remember that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He wouldn't remember that if his feelings weren't hurt. And so I messaged him on Facebook afterwards.
And
like
apologized.
after we went home, and I apologized. I was like, I am so sorry that happened. And I didn't even realize how mean I was. That was so mean. And I said, to be honest with you, and I told him, I said, to be honest with you, I was the one that had a crush on you. And I take full responsibility for what happened, and I'm so sorry.
What was his response back?
He was just like, LOL, and he's like, it's okay. and he's like, well, you're pretty good looking now, and you're cute, and he was just really friendly and nice. He didn't get mad or anything, and we've been.
And you stayed friends.
Yeah, we stayed Facebook friends. Maybe he had moved on.
Yeah.
But then saw me and it triggered him.
Yeah.
Because maybe this girl that you're talking about.
I think because she'd be mad if she didn't move on. Right? She hadn't forgiven that person on her own, which we all know, hopefully. You don't need an apology to forgive somebody, right? You do not need to have someone give you an apology to move on with your life and forgive them and go on. And so when I've had apologies that they've come back to me and called without me prompting, I've liked it. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's nice. But I had already forgiven them by that point.
Yeah.
And I had moved on and didn't care and was like, oh, well, they are who they are. It's not going to affect me. But I guess clearly if someone has not already forgiven you and moved on and you bring it up, that's the only reason I can see that she would be affected by that and be like, no, she had thought she had forgotten about it. And then he brought it back up. And it's like, but if you might have forgotten about it, but you hadn't forgiven him and moved on, so you probably didn't.
You haven't moved on.
You probably
just forgot about it.
Yeah, you just forgot about it and thought you were moving on with your life, but clearly it was still affecting you because when it did get brought up, it affected you.
You had a crazy episode. It re-sparked the whole incident.
And so do you think she needed the apology? Like, I think...
Well, did it help her get over it?
Because when she was telling the story, she was all mad. So it was probably still fresh. Like, it wasn't something she had moved on from still.
Yeah.
So I guess it didn't really help her. I don't know.
Just relit the fire. The eternal flame.
So maybe it wasn't a very good apology either. Because I feel like when the people have found me and it's only happened twice, but when they've searched me out, or they probably didn't even really search me out, it just randomly they saw me on social media or whatever and messaged, and their apologies were really good for someone that had already moved on, I guess, too. But they did the proper apology where it's like they said specifically what they had done and that they were sorry that they did that, and it wasn't just this general, I'm really sorry if I hurt your feelings.
Yeah.
That's
if you don't know what you're apologizing for, then don't apologize.
And so to apologize with a proper, like, listen, when I did this, this was my thinking or what was going on with me, and I'm really sorry that it came out to you. And it affected you, Yeah. So
that's one of the things that bothers me the most is when people apologize and they're like, I'm sorry for whatever I did that made you mad.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, what was that?
Yeah. Do you know what it was?
Because I'm more mad that you don't know.
I know. Exactly.
You're not really like overall superstitious. You're just like sometimes superstitious about weird things, like OCD superstitious.
Well,
because that's how I am. I'm like OCD superstitious.
What does that mean?
Like I have to do things like a certain amount of times sometimes.
Oh yeah, no, I'm definitely not like that.
Or like I think that if I see a shoe in the road, it means somebody's gonna die.
So I do kind of sometimes stop and think. I stop and I look at the ladder and I think, should I walk around? Or am I not going to be superstitious today?
Oh, okay. So some days you do or some days you don't.
Yeah, and so I have to think, is today the day I'm going to be superstitious or not? And it's random if I decide to throw salt over my shoulder.
Yeah, you're superstitious about being superstitious.
But I'm not like, oh, this is weird. I don't know if it's called superstitious about being superstitious.
I've always wondered if black cats are bad luck
or good luck.
Does it mean white cats are good luck?
No, but I think black cats are good luck, and and we've just been programmed to think black cats.
I love black cats. But I want to say that white cats are super good luck because apples is super good luck.
Okay. I mean, okay.
We'll go with it.
Sure. You can go with that. But
I have an
honestly,
all-white cat.
It is about your own programming.
It is. It's all in your head.
What you say is what it is.
And what you believe is what you put out in the universe is what you're going to get back.
Yeah, and this, yes.
So if you keep believing it's bad luck to walk under a ladder, then it's going to be bad luck to walk under a ladder.
Yeah, exactly. So
that's
why that you know what that just probably clarified in my head of why I have to stop and think about it, because I have to stop and think, and if my brain tells me it's bad luck, then I'm like, yep, better walk across, because that's already going to be out in the universe.
What did I put out in the universe?
I just put it out there. Now I have to.
And you're like, so you're like sitting there like, what did I put out in the universe? What am I putting out? I got to check. Okay, now I got to walk around.
Yep. But if my brain's just like, it's just a ladder, then I'm like, okay, see, no, because I know I've already put that out there.
Yeah.
So that's probably it. So it's probably not as random as I think. I do think it's related to I always stop and think about it.
Yeah, and it's probably like depending on like your mood.
Yeah.
Like what's been going on that day.
How I've been able to start my day.
Yep. You've been getting ready. Everything's going okay. How the kids are acting.
Yeah.
I was thinking talking about like what you put out in the universe is what you get back.
Yeah.
And I think that is totally true.
Yeah.
Like some people don't believe that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how can you not believe that? It is so true.
Yeah.
Like people that are negative attract negativity. It's a thing you have to do from the start. Kinda.
I guess you have to start your day with intention.
Yeah.
And this is one of the things that I've kind of had a difficult time with some of the be positive. It's not even, it's more deep than just being positive.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because it's not just saying positive things. If you have that in your heart as negativity, even saying the positive things, I know some people say, but you say positive till it changes in your heart. But if you need help, don't fake it till you make it. Like, get help.
Yeah.
And be real.
Yeah.
So that it can be true.
Yeah.
True positive.
Definitely. I mean, me of all people knows that it's okay to ask for help. I am one of those people that have had to ask for help. And that is okay. There's no shame in asking for help from somebody. And I try to be a positive person, and I do a pretty good job most of the time. And like I said, I do my funny overrides thing, and that comedy, I think, heals your soul. But it's not always easy. And it's not. I know that. But it's okay to ask for help, and there are multiple hotlines and like apps and stuff that you can get help on. And if you need to even ask for help on here, comment and I'll help you find some help. So don't suffer alone, don't suffer at all. I'm happy to help too. I've been there.
Anything is, what should be serious though?
Love.
Yeah.
Selflessness. Hey sis, we've had a great yak, but it's time to wrap it up.
Well, thank you for inviting me and having me on your show.
That's a wrap for JacYak. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Yeah, your spirit hand.